museum several years ago decided to create a new exhibit all about the pioneer experience coming to Oregon. And we realized we really needed to have field trips associated with that. So that ended up developing into our Pioneer Trails program. The Trail Tales program is really exciting because it's quite different than a typical museum activity. You know, you can't really learn something that well or in real depth if you just hit on it once. So we designed this whole new sort of program that we have really not run into before, but it's been really dynamic according to both the children, their parents, and teachers themselves. What's been great is that we do it in a three-part series. We actually go to the school and introduce ourselves and say, hey kids, we're going on the trail. We hear that you're going to go with us and we want to get you ready for that trip. So we prep them up. We do some exercises in the class. They learn about what life on the trail will be like and how they need to get ready for that. The second step is they actually come to the museum for a field trip. And at the field trip, we're pretending that they're on the trail. And so, like myself, I read journal entries of real things that happen to kids. Some kids don't make it. It was a very tough journey. Other kids do. And so we really discuss what it was like to be on the trail. They have crafts, they have activities again here that really try to help them understand a bit deeper what that experience was like. And then finally, we actually are at the fairgrounds for 2 days, and over 600 children come, and we really help them like we're essentially celebrating the fact that they made it to Oregon. And so we have a variety of different stations set up so they can really be part of that whole experience. And we feel by the end of this program, these 3 steps, that they really have a deeper, more meaningful understanding of what it meant to be a pioneer in the 19th century.
Trail Tales is designed to teach elementary school children, basically 3rd and 4th graders, what it's like, what the Oregon Trail was like and what life on the Oregon Trail was like for pioneers.
The Trail Tales program ties directly into Oregon state content standards, and they expect in the 4th grade children to learn about the Oregon Trail, and we try to make that as depthful an experience as possible.
I believe it kind of fills a hole for them because the past is so expansive. It puts something on a timeline that helps them make sense of the past. They see signs for the Applegate Trail, they see signs for the Oregon Trail, they go to museums across the state, they see it on TV, they watch it in movies, and then they somehow have this connection to their own community's past.
Because when you open it up, like this, the feathers stick straight up out of the egg.
We depend a lot on feedback from teachers and from parents, both at the events and out in public. I'm often stopped by parents who ask me if I work at the museum and let me know that they participated in the Trail Tales program and how wonderful it was and how much their students enjoyed being part of the program. I've had some parents tell me that their student went on to have a pioneer-themed birthday party. Also, children stop me a lot of times and refer to me fondly as the museum lady and talk about what they enjoyed about their experience, whether it be the snakes or the hatchet throwing or making of corn husk dolls. The kids really get a lot out of the program.
Basically, you have a string, right? You take it, you dip it down, and put it up, and the wax builds up on the string, just like a normal bead.
We know it's successful because we can see them smiling and having fun and enjoying themselves because of the hugs we receive at the end of the day. They have very high levels of retention, and it's really interesting to hear what they're retaining because small little details just kind of stick out for the kids, different things, whether it be talking about, snake oil and cholera. There are certain little details that stick out, and the kids will share those things with their parents and really excitedly with their friends. They talk about it for years, really. I've had students from 3 years ago that still approach me in public and talk about Trail Tales and how much fun they had. So it's really exciting.
Hang down here on the bottom of the squirrel. Bottom of that squirrel. Get a little high there, buddy.
Pioneer Trail, the experience of the pioneers, helped lay the foundation for the community we have today. The Applegate Trail goes right through the heart of our community. That was part of the Oregon Trail. it really helps shape who we are today in our community, and that's really significant. Knowing your roots is an important thing, and even if it's not your personal one, like I followed the Oregon Trail, but I did it a few years ago in a U-Haul trailer, but still made it out here, and to have a deeper understanding of what this place is and how it got here is critical for everyone.
Cody, I'm from Fir Grove. My teacher is Kim George and Mrs. Flossie.
My name is Cassie. I go to Eastwood Elementary and my teacher is Mrs. Michael.
My name is Riley. My teachers are Miss George and Miss Flossie. My school is Fir Grove Elementary.
My name is Hayden. I go to Fullerton 4 and my teacher is Mrs. Thompson.
My name's Ethan. I go to Fullerton 4 and my teacher's name is Miss Thompson and Miss Myers.
Right now we're at the Pioneer place where we go back in time where pioneers what they did.
I am on a field trip learning about pioneers.
I'm at the fairgrounds learning about pioneers.
I made candles, we shot arrows, we shot BBs, we made necklaces. We did all sorts of things that pioneers.
There was a gold mining where you basically went in this little thing that had gold and sand and you would look for the gold.
So far we've made corn husk dolls and they're made of corn husks. We put feathers and string. We've done sewing. Inside this thing is sewing stuff. You can put your sewing stuff in here.
I beaded a necklace. I practiced aiming. I've done laundry. I've grounded some corn, and I've done a couple of items.
We made candles and stuff. We bought the wax line and then you dipped it in the wax color you wanted and then you dipped it in water to cool it down and you kept doing that and then you'd have to dry it on a rope. And you could wash clothes like how the pioneers used to.
I learned that the pioneers traded beads from the Indians, and they made candles so they could see. They shot arrows so they could eat deer and elk and stuff.
I've learned that they have done a bunch of different things, like had to learn how to sew and how to make their own toys.
We had bacon and beans and biscuits. I really like the biscuits.
I learned a lot more about pioneers, and because it's a lot more fun.
They didn't know how to cure diseases like cholera, and along the trail it was really hard to live on it.
It's important to know how this community was first established and how it changed over time. And that's what museums do. They document change over time. And so we think it's a great way to introduce kids to what the past was like and how it's influenced the world we live in today.
Okay, one more time, last time.